chemistry of love and how these chemicals influence our bodies and our emotions. Do you know exactly what happens inside of your brain once you fall in love or when you love someone? Being in love and loving someone are two separate situations, in which one is deeper than the other, and where the mixture of chemicals play inside of our brains and reflected through the body. But first of all, it needs to have background information. One of the best known researchers of biochemistry is Helen Fisher of Rutgers University, New Jersey. She proposed that we fall in love in order of 3 stages, by owning each of them a different set of chemicals. The 3 stages of falling in love are lust, attraction, and attachment. Because of different chemicals that are triggered, that's where it differentiates from one another. So there is a man, there is a woman, and then we're going to explain what is lust. In stage 1, this lust is driven by sex hormones. There are 2 sex hormones, testosterone and estrogen. Also, it's important to mention that testosterone is not only produced by male, but by females as well. Testosterone is responsible for playing a key role in the male reproductive tissues, for example the testes and prostate. By controlling the sex drive, this hormone is produced by the testicles, and these effects and transformations occur before puberty. Effects and androgens start to rise. On the other side, women's monthly cycle is controlled by this hormone, estrogen. As well as for males, females experience emotional and physical changes. Thanks to the hormone, breasts grow, hair in pubic areas, and the beginning of menstruation. Moving on to the next stage, number 2, is attraction. This attraction tends to be known as the early stage romantic love. Do not get confused, because in this stage is not where you love someone, but when you are falling in love with someone. People fall in love when they cannot think of anything else but that specific person. Common behaviors would start changing, but that is mainly due to the next 3 hormones inside of our bodies. A group of neurotransmitters, monoamines, play a great role in this stage. Dopamine is released by the brain and is in charge of the function of memory, movement, attention, behavior, mood, among others. This chemical stimulates desire and reward by triggering an intense rush of pleasure, being compared as consuming cocaine. Serotonin is known as the most important love chemical, as well as being in charge of constructing smooth muscles, regulating body processes, and contributing happiness. Scientists remain unsure whether low levels of serotonin are related with depression. Norepinephrine is a stress hormone which affects parts of the brain where attention and responding actions are being controlled, increases heart rate, triggers release of glucose, increases blood pressure, and in other words is known as adrenaline. The last stage is attachment, in which is longer commitment and is a bond that keeps couples together. Oxytocin is released by the hypothalamus gland and it helps build strong bonds and is released during an orgasm, while vasopressin is a long-term commitment stage and is known as the important controller of the kidney. It is important to understand the implications of each hormone and each chemical, because that will determine the stage in which someone is experiencing. Also, it is essential to include that it avoids confusion and broken hearts. Loving someone is accepting their imperfections, and being in love is feeling butterflies in your stomach. Be careful with both situations and try not to combine them.
Created using Powtoon.